What's up, everybody? It's your boy Mel here for another classic review, and today we're reviewing the 1981 horror film Ghost Story, released in 1981, directed by John Irving, based on based on the book by Peter Straub. It was released by Universal Studios in December of that time, just for the holidays to scare the shit out of you. And it starred the four legendary Hollywood statesmen, Douglas Fairbanks Jr., Melvin Douglas, Fred Astaire, and John Houseman. Along with them was Craig Watson, Patricia Neal, and Alice Krieg. But before we begin the review, have you subscribed? Did you hit the bell? Did you like this video? If not, what are you waiting for? Are you waiting for some fun? Go right ahead and let's get on the move by hitting those damn buttons. And as a reminder, next Wednesday is my birthday, so let's hit 100,000 subscribers. As a happy birthday to me, I'll be hitting the number 226 by next week. No, this week. I keep forgetting. Shit. But yeah, let's have some fun, people, and let's get to the review. So, the movie takes place in a small New England town. Yep, I was right. During the winter night of 1979. We get to meet our four actors. Businessman Rick Hawthorne, lawyer Sears James, Dr. John Jeffrey, and Mayor Edward Charles Wendring, who were forming a part of the Children's Society since they were young. Their night they were telling ghost stories, but then they started suffering from nightmares related to something they did in their youth during their past. Back in New York, the mayor's oldest son, David, who was living in New York, falls from his apartment window after seeing a girl he's been sleeping. Who, guess what? He's dating a dead woman. And he falls butt naked way down to his death. Yeah. And y'all been wondering? No, that's actually blue screen that did that for that effect. And oh no, he did actually butt naked. Literally. Full commando right there for the scene where he's falling to his death. Hey, that takes a lot of pride. You have to show your package when you're falling to your death. We get to meet his other son, a former English teacher from Stenson University. Returning home after hearing the recent death of his oldest brother for the funeral. During the snow, the two began to fight because he knew something about the woman he was seeing, but Daddy didn't want to hear it. Oh no, he didn't want to hear it. He didn't want to hear the same bullshit again from him. During a snowstorm, he walked outside during a snowstorm, falling to a bridge. He thought he see his dead son falling to down. He keep calling him out until he sees the apparition of a woman. But he fought as well until he starts hearing his name, turns around, oh boy, it's another dead woman, and falls to his death off the bridge. Victim number 2. Meanwhile, 2 escaped patients from Hill Asylum, Gregory and Fanny Bates, have taken up residence in the old Eva Galley house, now in ruins. So yeah, if you're wondering about the effects, during the time of this filming here in New England, it wasn't snowing. What you see is all matte painting, literally. To all those who don't know what matte painting is, I have to explain to the crystal snowflakes here. This was before digital. You ever seen Star Wars Episode 4? The Death Star scene when the Millennium Falcon has been caught in the tractor beam and taken inside the Death Star? Yeah, that was not a massive set. That was actually a matte painting, and that was a digital. Half it was a model from the outside, but inside was a matte painting. from the ground up. So yeah, that's what it looks like matte paint does. And quite good, better than digital because face it, we can tell which is digital by the two perfectness. Okay, but back to the movie. After that, the three remaining friends starts to fight after what happened. After discussing what happened to their after the death of the mayor, doubting his son Don, doubting that his father committed suicide, approaches the three remaining friends and tells them a ghost story to gain a membership to the Children's Society, which starts a flashback. He tells his story back at it. I can't see crap. How he was a college professor in Florida, and guess where they actually filmed the movie? In Stetson University in DeLand, Florida. Here's a funny fact. I wanted to get a scholarship to there because this was before Hurricane Maria. I was finishing my associate's degree and might plan to go there during my prime. Hey, might get a real college experience because here in Puerto Rico, well, yeah, there's your answer. Let's see. He began a torrid affair with a mysterious secretary named Elma, who became becoming engaged. Elma insisted she wanted to marry Don in his hometown Milburn, but he keeps saying no. He considered the town too boring. Soon he suspected something weird about her. During a night at the beach, when he started to touch her, she feels like cold as death. Don eventually broke things up with a furious Alma who disappeared from his life. He fell into depression, costing him both his reputation and his job. Later, Don called his brother David in New York to learn to his horror that he had engaged Alma. Don desperately tried to warn about her, but his brother scoffed at the warning, which, oh boy, yeah, cost him his life. I think you should listen, though. After that, let's see. Sears, who was I think it was the doctor, or the lawyer, I don't know. I think it was the lawyer. Yeah. But Don shows a photograph that he found among his late father's possession, with three wide-eyed were shocked, which he pointed the woman as Elma, the one he's been seeing back in Florida. Let's see. In it, they were striking a woman who's dead. Crap. Hold it. Let's see. Jeffrey realized what has happened, pleads with his friends to tell the truth, but rebuffed. Looks like they have something to seek. A secret to keep, huh? Don't they? Next day, Jeffrey had a nightmare about Elma and dies of a heart attack. Sears and Ricky, the remaining two, finally explained to Don that in the spring of 1929, the four friends became smitten by a young, flirtatious girl named Eva Galley. Edward first took her to bed, which he was... fuck. Oh boy. It's not easy when you're reading and playing the game as well. Literally. Okay, but he was impotent. In other words, shit. Erection dysfunction. In other words, a limp dick. Ouch. And I heard her say, she said, "You want to try again?" Damn! She's a player. During that, let's see. But outside her house, the other three friends serenade Eve in hopes of catching a glimpse of her when a shirtless Edward came to the window instead of her. Giving an impression that he slept with her, Edward left with his friends. The four became very drunk and discussing Eva's prowls in the bedroom. Am I hitting the wall? Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Let me finish reading here. The four became very drunk, discussing Eva's prowls in the bedroom. They returned to the house where they all but Sears danced with her. When it was proposed they leave. Sears successfully insisted on getting his dance, to which Eve poignantly responded that she intended to dance with all of them. Eve confronted Edward about what he had told his friends, then began to tell them the truth when young Edward leapt to silence her, knocking her down and accidentally smashing her head in the stone fireplace. Horrified, they thought she was dead. Instead of calling the police, they realized their lives had been ruined and their reputation. So they loaded Eva's body into her car, pushed it into a nearby pond. While the car was sinking, Eva stirred inside, looked out at them from the back window, screaming and hammering at the glass as the car sank. Yeah, one of them, I think Edward's trying to get back to save her, but due to the pond, and plus it was a cold day, so they knew it was too late. Eva has drowned under the pond. Back in the present, Ricky and Sears revealed that the Child Society never talked about it again, not even with each other. Due to Eva's reputation, the townsfolk was relieved when she gone missing and assumed that she simply skipped town. However, they admit that her death has haunted them all these years. Where Sears is dubious, both Ricky and Don believe that Alma and Eva are the same women, and that her ghost has returned to seek revenge. Dawn suggests return to her old house to confront the past and her ghost once and for all. They all go, but while they walk upstairs, Don actually hit a weak spot on the stairs, falling down and breaking his leg. Ouch! Sears leaves in his car to seek help, leaving Don and Ricky behind while driving through a snowstorm. Sears spots Eve apparition, slams his brake, went through past her, and hits a snowbank, getting stuck. He survived, but only until he was attacked by and killed by Fanny Bates. Back at the house, Ricky realized that something has happened to Sears, and he leaves to get help. He gets picked up, and guess who it was? Gregory, pointing a knife at him. While on the drive, Rick explains that he promised them immortality, but Gregory plans for both of them, but Ricky manages to pull out a knife and stabs Gregory in the back on the stomach, causing a crash. Back at the house, Don just lay on the ground, looking around, and strangely he hears water sounds until guess who appears? Alma. And oh boy, he just threw a fly right at her and it just went through. Back at the pond, Rick managed to survive the crash, managed to get the police help to pull the old car out of the pond, which he didn't have. He didn't need to get this before something happens. Which, oh yeah, during the whole procession, Don just is helpless because remember he can't go anywhere. He's with a broken leg. You imagine with a busted leg, and this happens. Yeah. She's about to touch him, her hand turns to a rotting hand, and he just screams, literally. And I feel bad for him. He just screamed right there. As he manages to pull the car out, Rick tries to break through, get the door open. As he manages back in the house, Elma removes her veil and shows a rotting corpse right there screaming. And Don just screams of fear. When Rick manages to open the door, he sees Elma's body, now a rotting corpse, which, oh boy. Oh boy. But fortunately, the corpse fell off into the snow, starting to decompose, and the rotting face starts to turn to a skull. When Don opened his eyes, she was gone. As Rick and the others look at her, what was left of her, he knew that now she's at peace. But Don managed to get up, look at the sunrise, which, well, face it, well, you see that after he went through, yeah. So the remaining two survivors survive, and it cuts to black. So, and that was Ghost Story. And this was a movie quite good because it has a good story, and it's like Revenge from the Grave, period. It's like telling those, you better treat that with respect because you know what's going to happen. But yeah, I don't. Tell me if you've seen the movie and did you like it. Let me know in the comments down below if you are a fan of horror films and you've seen this movie. Let me know. And also, this was the final film for all four of the old Hollywood actors because later in that year, all three of them passed away. Fred Astaire, Melvin Douglas, and John Houseman passed away around the 90s, while Fred Astaire passed away in 2000. So Fred Astaire was the last of the old statesmen to pass back in 2000. While Douglas Fairbanks Jr. and Melvin Douglas passed away in 1981 and 82. Yeah. As for the other one, Alice Krige, who played Elma and Alice Galley, fun fact, if you've ever seen Star Trek, she played the Borg Queen in First Contact and Voyager. She makes a better ghost. She can play a Borg and a ghost. Oh boy. But yeah, let me know what you think of the movie. Have you seen it? Tell me which part you like more. And also, give a like to this video. Remember to subscribe. And also, hit the subscribe button for more great content. And I'll see you next time. See ya.